What are the judges looking for?
How do the judges make assessments?
What's on the judging rubric?
Where can I find the rubric?
Do these sound like questions you need answers to? Well, don't worry. On this episode, we're breaking down the eagleworks judging rubric step by step. This episode is particularly important because it explains each part of the rubric the judges will use when scoring your idea. So grab a notepad and pen and let's get started. As with any competition, eagleworks judges abide by a scoring system, which we call a rubric, to evaluate the contestant's overall performance in the competition. Each judge will be given a rubric to follow and will evaluate each contestant based on the rubric's criteria. This is a great time to note that all eagleworks judges are independent from Tennessee Tech and eagleworks staff. In other words, no tech faculty or staff are allowed to judge. Rather, we assemble a team of 3 to 5 experts hailing from different backgrounds such as business, engineering, healthcare, science, and more. There are 6 parts of the eagleworks rubric. I'll go through each of them in detail so that you have a clear understanding of what is expected. But as a quick overview, these sections are 1. Your problem is identified. 2. Your customer is identified. 3. Your solution is identified. 4. Market size, go-to-market strategy, and revenue model are all identified. 5. Articulate the social impact of your idea. And finally, 6. Your presentation and story. Feel free to pause, rewind, or skip ahead if you're interested in one particular section. Section 1. Identify the problem. This is also known as the value proposition, which is the promise of value to be delivered. In other words, tell the judges what problem your idea solves. Think back to episode 1 when we talked about the meaning of innovation and entrepreneurship. Innovation is essentially identifying a problem and creating a solution for it. So, first things first, identify your problem. A good idea is born from a recognized problem. For example, the refrigerator was invented to prevent food from spoiling so quickly, which solves a specific problem. It's important to make sure you clearly define the problem your idea is meant to solve. By stating the problem in relation to your idea becomes valuable to those who can make use of it, thus, value proposition. But why should people care about your idea versus the other guy who does something similar? This is a good time to address what current products or ideas already exist and explain how you believe they missed the mark. Your audience won't care on their own, so make them care by clearly stating the problem and explaining why your idea is going to hit the mark and add value to their life. Section 2. Identify your solution. You've identified the problem, and that's great. Now, how will your solution solve the problem you've identified? The judges will be looking for innovative and creative solutions to the problem. In the refrigerator example I mentioned earlier, the problem was our food spoils too quickly. If your solution is, move to the Arctic, it's colder there and your food won't spoil as quickly. Well, that's not quite creative and definitely not innovative. And ultimately, this doesn't really solve the problem. The judges will be looking for you to answer questions like, how is your idea more accessible than what's currently offered? What makes your solution better than the existing solutions? What are the benefits your customers will have by utilizing your idea or service? You and your team will have to approach these questions thoughtfully and thoroughly in an effort to highlight and showcase the greatness and usefulness of your idea. Section 3. Identify your customer. Identification of your customer is the next essential step in fleshing out your idea. You've already identified your problem, you've come up with a thoughtful and realistic solution to said problem. Now, tell us, who is it for? Ask yourself questions like, who am I making this product or service for? Who needs a solution to the problem? Let's use eyeglasses, for example. Problem, some people can't see clearly. Solution, small pieces of glass attached by a frame worn over the eyes that can magnify or alter the sight of the wearer. Okay, now who are you selling this to? Well, of course, you're going to sell it to people that complain of bad vision. So you need to think about who needs your solution and who will benefit from it. Let's say you're developing a medical device for joint pain. Your customer could be physical therapy providers. But you'll also need to know a fair amount about the designated population or market segment that your idea will most benefit from. If it's people with joint pain, you'll want to research how many people suffer from joint pain in your area, region, or country. You'll also want to research what existing products are on the market and how many people they are reaching. Additionally, you'll also want to investigate what demographics your customers fall into. If you need help with identifying your customers or any other section of the rubric, Reach out to the eagleworks staff and let us know. We can hook you up with the Biz Foundry and the Small Business Development Center who do this all the time. Section 4, Revenue Model. This includes your market size, go-to-market strategy, and your revenue model. And all these are the business side of things, and it requires a bit of homework. First, you need to understand your market size, which, in layman terms, this is the number of potential people you could sell your product or service to. Next, you want to understand your go-to-market strategy. This is an action plan of how your team will reach their target customers. And you've got to answer questions like, who do I need to talk to? How will I distribute my product? And finally, you'll need to include your revenue model. And this includes things like, how much does your product cost? How much revenue will you make? What is your profit? What are your sales projections? And if you're a nonprofit, who will carry out your resources? These are all factors you need to consider in this part of the rubric. This section is where the business model canvas will really help in addition to the Biz Foundry and Small Business Development Center. If you need help with this section, feel free to reach out to us on the eagleworks website, and we'll hook you up with the Biz Foundry or the Small Business Development Center. Section 5, Social Impact. This section is important not only in the grand scheme of your idea, but also in the recognition that your idea can bring about real change and potentially make the lives of your customers better. The judges will look for the overall social impact of your idea and how it interacts with society around it. This section isn't only for nonprofits. Every business has a part to play in affecting social change and making the world a better place to live. How is your product doing that? For this section, you'll need to investigate how your product will be useful not only to your individual customers, but society as well. Take Facebook, for example. While the nuts and bolts of the idea is a social networking website that allows users to make connections online, express their thoughts and opinions, and find other users with common interests, the social impact of the product is far more reaching than that. In some areas of the world, Facebook is the only type of internet some people know. It exists as a way to document their experiences, stay connected with the larger world around them, and in some cases, interact with local and state government. Communicate to the judges how your product, idea, or service will affect the society in which it exists, and how it can affect the lives of the individuals using it. Section 6, Presentation. The judges will look for your interest, excitement, and genuine enthusiasm for the product or idea you are pitching. Do you care about this product or idea? Do you believe in it? Why? Show the judges why this product, idea, or service is important, necessary, and show them why you care about it while encouraging them to care about it too. Your genuine interest and passion for the idea can communicate much more than excitement. It can communicate to the judges that you have a belief in the idea you are pitching. Why do you care about this product? Why do you think it's important or necessary? Be clear, confident, and honest about your product, service, or idea in this section. And that's it. That's the eagleworks rubric. Each section represents a different area in which the judges will attempt to score you and your team. Understanding the scoring guidelines and what the judges are looking for can give you a leg up in your presentation and the competition as a whole. That's all we have for today. Thanks for listening to the eagleworks podcast. And now for some upcoming dates. Due to last week's weather craziness, the Business Model Canvas Workshop has been rescheduled to next Wednesday, March 3rd. See Tech Times on the website for full details. And coming up this Wednesday, the 23rd, we'll conduct a virtual workshop on branding. See the website for the team's link. To stay connected and up to date on all things eagleworks, check back here every Monday leading up to the competition for new episodes of the podcast, and be sure to follow us on